February the 25th, 2016. You're looking at the European Space Agency's page, and it's Asteroid Locator. This is 2013 TX68 that we've been watching. Now, the magnitude has stayed the same at 38 meters. The date has changed now. Remember, NASA pulled their date from the 5th until the 8th. Now, the ESA has it moved from the 5th to the 7th. The models don't reflect it on both sites, but let's check this out. Now, we had before, you had two lines here, and they've narrowed that orbit down. If you watch the videos before this, you'll see where they had two different orbit lines that separated. That has been taken out. Now, at today's date, again, February 25th, you can see the Earth is in the green dot. 2013 TX68 is in the yellow text, and it's approaching Earth from behind and slightly below. The lighter orange line is below the ecliptic. When it crosses the Earth's orbital path, that's when it changes and rises above our ecliptic. But now, as we approach this, and you can see the timestamp here, we're at March 5th there, it's still behind the Earth. You see that, guys? They're saying on the 7th, and what that would mean is the Earth is going to pass that intersection possibly 2 days before the asteroid. Now, they have not said they relocated it. NASA has not said they have relocated it. And I don't know where they're getting the updated information unless they have relocated it. And they're starting to put the numbers into the models and update the asteroid themselves. But they're definitely watching it. And how do you know if you haven't relocated it now that it's going to be 2 to 3 days later? The only way you would know that is if you have located this object. Now, if we go to the ESA's close approach data, here you can see that we went from the 5th to the 7th, but the distance is still the same. We're dealing with about 11,000 miles above the planet, above the Earth. That puts it about halfway between us and the digital satellites and this what's called the Clark band at 22,400 miles. But the uncertainty, even though as we switch to the NASA JPL, the code went from 7 to 8. 9 is the highest code of uncertainty there is. 0, they know where it's going. That has not been updated since February 11th. At that time, they went from 3 days of data arc span to 10. They had found what they thought was the object on radar images the week before. Again, they have not changed their information from the update on February the 11th. Still dealing with the same between 9 and 11,000 miles, traveling at 15.32 kilometers per second. Now, again, they haven't relocated according to their reports. 2 days, 26 minutes is the time of uncertainty. You see where I had that highlighted? So we've got a great amount of uncertainty. 2 days, as we watch the JPL model from NASA, as TX68 comes behind us. But 2 days, 36 seconds of uncertainty there. That's why it's an 8. And yet they know now that it's moving slower or that the orbit is slightly longer. I'm not sure how they're doing that. But guys, I promised an update on this as soon as the models both started changing, and we're now seeing the ESA is going back from the 5th to the 7th, NASA 5th to the 8th, but their degree of uncertainty has risen. Another thing that we've talked about is this particular rock alone, or is there a group? Is it a cluster of debris coming with it? They can't see it. It's coming from the sun right now. If you look at this dot, behind 2013 TX68 there, you've got the Earth and the asteroid imposed on each other, moving at 1 hour increments. But it's between the Earth and the sun, and they cannot see this object. They're not picking it up on radar. They have not introduced any new information as far as data arc span into what we can see, but they keep changing the models. We're watching this, guys. It's definitely one to pay attention to. Heads up, be safe.